Hey YouTube, thanks for checking back with another video. We always appreciate your support. I just want to start off by saying thank you for all the likes, comments, and the new subscriptions. We really appreciate it, and we love to make videos for you guys because that's what we're here for. Okay, today we'll be working on Project Slow Integra like always. She's looking quite pretty. Just kidding, she's ratchet as ever. That's why we call her La Fea, which means the ugly one in Spanish. And we will be doing the injectors like we promised. We are going to be doing the injectors installation as well as doing the clips for them, soldering them in. And if we have time, we'll be doing our boost controller install as well. As you know, we have the electronic Mac 3-port solenoid for it, so we can be running boost by gear. We just have to mount it, put the vacuum lines for it, and then route the wiring to pin A11 and an ignition source 12 volt from the ignition source, or whatever, however you want to say it, sorry. Okay, let's get to it. There's our brace off. Now we can access the fuel rail. Got the 312s off, injector clips off, and these are the old injector clips. We'll be soldering on the new ones. And there's our old injectors. Here we are. If anybody is in need of injectors, these are some 1260 cc's. Low impedance, so you'll need a resistor box for most of these cars. But I have a resistor box that I'll be selling with the clips and everything. Probably gonna look to get about 200 for them, or best offer, since I'm getting different injectors anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting those in. There we go. Got my new injectors, new O-rings, clips to solder in. Let's see if those O-rings fit in. There they are. Old O-rings, short style. These actually fit all the way to the top, so I like that. All right. There we go, nice snug fit. Really like that. Here are the fuel injector development from Carlos Tuning, my local Florida tuner. Good fitment. Let's go ahead and put these on and put the rail back on. And let me mention real quick, I'm going to be putting the lower O-rings on first. Take off the old ones, put the new ones in. Doing that first, then I'll be putting the injectors onto the rail, and then I'll be putting the rail with the injectors into the manifold, just to make sure that the top O-ring doesn't rip. These are brand new O-rings, so there shouldn't be a problem, but it's pretty much the safest way to do it. Alright, they're all set in the fuel rail. Let's go ahead and place them in the manifold. There we go. Okay, they all line up perfectly. Fit very nice and snug. Bolt holes line up great as well. Let's go ahead and tighten this down. All right, let's dive right into it. There we go. Thank you, Walmart. Solder, soldering iron, wire stripper, and crimper. There we go. Now, for you guys who don't know how to solder, I'm fairly new at it as well, so I don't have as much experience as I'd like to, but we always do stuff here to learn, so it's the important thing. Just a little bit of a tutorial type thing. Plug into outlet, place on stand, the stand provided with it, let it warm up. It says place tip of soldering iron on the wire to be soldered. This is what I've seen other people do. They'll normally just melt the solder onto the tip itself and dip it onto the wire. What it's describing here, or at least what I can take from it, and what I've seen other people do in the past, is get the tip, heat up the wire, and then feed the solder from the top. That way the solder is absorbed into each specific strand of wire. That's what we will be trying out today. And after it says that, it says remove iron, or touch solder to wire, let the wire absorb melted solder, remove iron and place on stand, allow to cool, and then unplug soldering iron, of course. After we get done soldering these, people either do one of two methods. Primarily, they'll get the liquid tape and put liquid tape over it, or in my case, we'll be doing a little heat shrink tubing, so we'll be using heat shrink over that. And these clips should fit quite nicely. I like the design. It's convenient. Nice little stand for the camera. Selfie stick type thing. There we go. And we'll start soldering away. Heating up the wire first. A little bit of solder. Pressing down on the wire. Oh. Go. It's heating up and melting into itself. And I'm running out of solder room. There we go. Just a little bit more over here. Alright. Here we go, one's done already. One wire at least is done already, the other one I just got done. Not the prettiest. I'll see if I can touch it up a little bit, and then our heat shrink is right here. We'll go ahead and slide that over once we're done and shrink it down. Okay, so I touched up the solder a little bit just to how we like it, or however I felt comfortable with it. And when I went to slide the heat shrink on, it was a little bit too wide, I guess, and my union of the two wires was a little bit too much for this to slide all the way. So I got it halfway and shrunk it, and for the rest of it we're just going to use the liquid tape. So you'll see us applying that in a sec. Leaving AutoZone because the liquid tape was about $12, and I'm pretty sure I saw it at Walmart for $3. So, budget built. No, I'm just kidding. Just called being smart with your money. Yellow light, yellow light, yellow light, and I made it in yellow. Yeah, buddy. Walmart built. They're racing, they're racing. Yep, you know, walking through. It's a Matco section right there. Then we got our specialty snap-on tools, you know. $367. Thank you, Walmart. When your race car is your girlfriend, so you don't need any of this stuff. Heard they were selling some of that horsepowers. Pick me up an extra 50 horsepower, you know what I mean? Our nitrous, gotta open the bottle. Oh yeah, we fast now. Generously made by Plastidip Company. Performix or something, I'm guessing that's it. It says Plastidip down here. Anyways, so it says to put on a layer or a little coating, I guess you could say. Sorry, camera was dirty. A coating, as if it were paint, onto the area that you want liquid taped. Wait 10 minutes and then let it dry in those 10 minutes and then do another coat. It says recommended 2 coats. And it says 4 hours before use. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that real quick. Oh, so pretty. Is this what girls feel like when they paint their nails? I feel so accomplished. Okay, first coat is on. My thoughts on it, I guess it covers good and the second coat will be a lot better. But right off the bat, I thought it was going to be a lot thicker, the consistency of the liquid tape. But I'm completely fine with it because as long as it works, that's what matters. In the meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and start soldering the other ones and try to not run into the same problem that we did with the heat shrink on this. So I'm going to get to that and let you guys see how it turns out. took a little break on soldering because we are on tornado watch now here in Florida, which is very weird. Middle of January, super hot outside and super humid. You can see a little bit, the trees are moving. And they say in about an hour or two, we should have a lot of winds. So, we put the car back on the dollies and moved it around. And now I have sufficient light since the garage is closed. I have my other light over there. I'll move over here and I'll start soldering again. The liquid tape first coat is now dry. Let me show you. Focus, 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 focus. What? There we go. Okay, liquid tape is dry right there. I'm gonna hit it with another coat or two, just to make sure it's nice and protected. And as you can see, new clips, old clips. I'm actually really liking the way this is turning out. For not having soldered too much in my life, I'm pretty happy on how it's turning out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other two and show you the result. All right, we got the last one soldered away. Let's see if I can focus, focus, focus. There we go. Nice union, or solder, or whatever. Did my best. Gonna slide this sleeve over it. Let me use two hands. Okay, there we go. It's over, now we're gonna shrink it with our lighter. There we go. Nice shrink wrap. Very good. And this should be all set. Here's all 4 of our injector clips. And I've already done 2 coats on that liquid tape over there. I'm gonna go ahead and do one last one. And let's try to put this on, yeah. Normally we have the wiring that goes over the injectors, but since now it's a little bit longer than it was, I'm gonna see if I can kind of tuck it and send it through under the injectors, just so it looks a little bit cleaner.